Fraimed is the story of a CIA officer who gets framed for a terrorist attack in Mumbai. And what happens is when the intelligence bureau starts to look into it, one of their analysts partners up with our CIA officer, and they get stuck together, and they have to go on the run and figure out what happened to them and what's happening with the AI. And it's a really fun and exciting world that has a global impact and that we're really hoping speaks to Indian culture, American culture, and the rest of the world.
Okay, we have executive producer Justin is here. Justin?
Hi.
So, what do you think about India?
India's been amazing to us so far. We didn't know all that much before we came. We've learned so much in this past week. Couldn't be more excited for the adventure of doing a full production here. We're going to be spanning several cities, different territories, exploring culture from the south. And yeah, we're hoping to do something that hasn't really been done before. A movie that will play in cinemas around the world where the same movie can resonate with different audiences speaking different languages and everyone enjoying the exact same story no matter where you're from.
Okay. So, Ryan, now all Indian people are more, technology savvy. Do you have any AI specialist you have in your life?
Well, I will tell you that I have dived headfirst into the world of artificial intelligence for myself.
Wow.
And so it's one of those things that I'm so intrigued by. I use it as a tool now. And it's also because I learned so much about it. I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm schooling myself on the technologies. And I've learned so much that I'm also learning to be very cautious of what happens with this technology. And so if we leave the technology out there so that it can just grow in every single way without any constraints or any regulations, then it starts to get worrisome. And so because I've learned so much about it, I want to give a little bit of a warning to the world.
Okay. So, as you know कि VCC स्टूडियो लेकर आ रहा है ना डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, तो हॉलीवुड में और बॉलीवुड में कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होने वाला है?
सर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के ढंग से जैसे हम लोग करते हैं, पहले भी हमारे अगर कोई भी हॉलीवुड फिल्म आई है तो हमारा पूरा मीडिया जानता है कि उनका अच्छा बिजनेस हमेशा इंडिया से है, चाहे अवतार हो, चाहे स्पाइडरमैन हो, जो भी अच्छी इंग्लिश फिल्म आई है तो सबसे अच्छा बिजनेस इंडिया से ही है। मुझे तो उम्मीद है कि वर्ल्ड वाइड से ज़्यादा हम लोग अच्छा बिजनेस इस फिल्म के लिए इंडिया से पूरा कर पाएंगे। इंडियन सिनेमा लोग हमेशा पसंद करते हैं और हमारे तो साउथ में मतलब लोगों को एक मूवी 5-5 या 10-10 बार देखने की और पूरी फैमिली के साथ आदत है।
ओके।
ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है।
तो आई थिंक पूरी जो फिल्म है उसको डिफरेंट टाइप्स में पेश किया गया, खासतौर से टॉलीवुड को एक नया रूप दिया गया है। अगर कोई आप लोगों के पास क्वेश्चन हो कि बिकॉज ये हॉलीवुड की एक अपने आप में बहुत ही अतरंगी और अलग फिल्म है। व्हाट अबाउट कास्टिंग, राइट? व्हाट अबाउट कास्टिंग?
Yeah, we're really excited. There's so much unbelievable talent and actor talent here in India, and so we've started to look at many different actors here that I'm really excited about. Mohanlal, we're excited. We're going to reach out to his team. We're thinking about folks like Samantha Prabhu or Shruti Hassan, Rashmika. For one of the leads, and just looking into their body of work and what their abilities, it's really exciting to be able to merge the cultures from the American side and the Indian side, and there's just such a deep pool of really incredible actors here. It's very exciting for me as a director.
Okay. So any question? Yeah, please.
Will you get Neha to say something?
Ourselves and Hari and his company, Bamanos. and looking forward to a wonderful production where Hollywood and Bollywood meets something, and hopefully it'll turn out to be jolly good. So,
Please can you tell us about this film?
I'm going to turn that over to Ryan. I can tell you basically, in a nutshell, that we started creating an idea. We've known about the Indian marketplace. It's one of the fastest growing marketplaces for movie industry, and making an independent movie today is very difficult, and it's a very tough business right now in the States. And Ryan and I were talking about some concepts, and he came up with an idea of an adventure, an action movie that would combine both the best of the United States and the best of India together under the umbrella of technology. And I know when I watch television in the United States, there's two things I learned. One is the Indian people yourselves you love entertainment. You're a very happy people. You love the adventure. And I also noticed that when I'm watching the stock market, all of the tech people are from India.
Yeah.
So with those two subject matters in mind, Ryan came up with a great idea of using artificial intelligence as the backdrop for making a very exciting action picture. And I'll let him explain. I don't want to give away the whole movie, but
Please tell us about this film, AI. What does it mean? इसका मतलब क्या है? AI. What is the meaning?
Yes, so Framed, and we're accentuating the AI, which is artificial intelligence. And with the way that artificial intelligence and computing power is advancing so quickly nowadays, the movie itself is kind of like a warning of what could happen if it gets out of control.
Okay.
And so we took the world of intelligence and the world of truth, and we made a spy thriller using the American CIA and the Indian Intelligence Bureau, and they combine and they have to figure out what's going on with the world of weaponized AI.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's very fun. I'm super excited about it. It's a two-hander with political implications across both countries, and what happens when. Is that me?
We can have the camera look nice.
Yeah, look at the front.
Yeah, so check. This is AI. Yeah, effect. Check. This is the AI effect. Yeah, right. Check.
There we go. We're back. So Framed is a story of a CIA officer from the United States.
There we go. Check. This is the time जब हिंदुस्तान खासतौर से इंडिया और हॉलीवुड से मिलता है तो बहुत यूनिक स्टाइल में बनती बात, और जब टॉलीवुड मिलेगा तो क्या होने वाला है?
देखिए, हमने हमेशा कोशिश की है कि अभी अच्छा टाइम है, और हमारी सबसे बड़ी जो भारत की उपलब्धि है वो हमारे यहाँ के हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब हैं, क्योंकि पहले आज तक यही हुआ है कि लोग हॉलीवुड की तरफ गए हैं, और हमेशा कोशिश रही है लोगों को कि हम इंग्लिश लोगों को फॉलो करें, और मैंने हमेशा ये धारणा रखी है कि हम हॉलीवुड को भारत में लेके आएंगे। अब हम इंडियन नहीं है, भारतीय हैं। भारत की सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि यही है कि आज हॉलीवुड भारत की तरफ आ रहा है, हमारे कल्चर को पसंद कर रहे हैं, हमारी जो सभ्यता है उसको लाइक कर रहे हैं, वो हिंदी बोलने के इच्छुक हो गए हैं, और हम कोशिश करेंगे कि पूरे मिलके एक साथ काम करें। और सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि में इसमें हाथ है हमारे साउथ फिल्म इंडस्ट्री, जिनकी वजह से हमारे अच्छे टेक्नीशियन मिले। थैंकफुल राजामौली सर, केजीएफ फिल्म की टीम, और भी रजनी साहब, और बहुत सी ऐसी फिल्में हैं जिन्होंने हॉलीवुड को टक्कर दी है। उस वजह से आज हॉलीवुड के लोग इंडिया आना पसंद करते हैं।
क्या बात है, जोरदार ताली भी चाहिए। हरी सर, ऐसा आपको मालूम है कि हैदराबाद हो या मुंबई हो या फिर पंजाब हो, चंडीगढ़ हो, हर जगह छाए रहते हैं, और डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की दुनिया में कमाल किया आपने, जितना भी कमाल किया है, जितनी फिल्में की हैं। तो कितने साल हो गए यहाँ पर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में?
अनुराग जी, आप मेरे पुराने दोस्त रहे हैं,
तब तो मैं 14 साल का था जब मैं फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में आया था। मैं मेरे गुरु थे नितिन मनमोहन जी, मैं उनसे काम सीखा हूँ। वो नहीं है इस दुनिया में, पर मैं प्राउड फील करता हूँ मैं उनका नाम लेने में। मैं उनसे फिल्म लाइन का काम सीखा। मुझे सर 18-20 साल हो गए। बस भाग दौड़ लगी रहती है कि कुछ बड़ा और अच्छा है।
अरे अच्छा होने वाला है। So guys, as you know कि यहाँ पर क्या होने वाला है, क्योंकि अब बता दूं कि एक कहते हैं हमारे इंडस्ट्री में कि जब तक एक बड़ी फिल्म ना बने, है ना, हॉलीवुड स्टाइल की फिल्म ना बने, तब तक मजा नहीं आता है। फिल्में हमारे यहाँ चलती इसलिए नहीं है, कई बार उसके पीछे रीजंस बहुत होता है, आप बजट छोटा था, अरे ये हो जाता तो क्या होता है, ये होता तो।
In India, it's a challenge in the whole world with the shift of technology, that everything is moving from the theaters to OTT, to televisions, to phones, all of that stuff. And so what part of the reason that I want to do this is to combine cultures and movie-rich audiences that want to continue to go to cinemas, and speak to them with different cultures. And so that's one of the reasons we're doing this. Is I don't think it's viable just to make basic films anymore. I think we have to try new things with different languages and new cultures and all of this stuff like that. And so for that reason is one of the biggest reasons we're actually doing this film.
I can say one thing about it. What makes India unique is that over the past few years, since the COVID experience, most countries have seen a decline in theaters.
Yeah.
India is one of the few countries that's actually seen an increase in the number of theaters over the past few years. So the entertainment market here, even though you've suffered, you're actually returning quickly, faster to the market than throughout most of the world. So it's exciting for us to be part of that growth.
Oh.
I have just two more questions, short one. Firstly, what language will this be primarily in Hindi, Telugu or English?
English.
Oh, it will be in English.
Yeah.
And Hindi. It will be multiple languages within the primary film.
And firstly, we're talking about AI and looking at, since AI has come, there is a debate even in America, and I believe the screenwriters associations over there, they have, I think, discouraged the use of AI for screenwriting. So I just want to find your perspective as a writer, creator yourself. What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, well, I think at this point, the technology is not good enough to write something that is emotionally engaging, has character depth, and something that actually humans will connect to yet. I think that it will grow to that point eventually, but at this point, I don't think we're there. But to that being said, you know, I think that it's inevitable. The technology is inevitable, and you know, as a human race, we've fought against technologies as they come in. You just look at things like when we transferred from horse-drawn carriages to cars. A lot of people fought against the vehicles, but eventually the vehicles go and they just become part of normal society. I think that's going to happen with artificial intelligence. Is that it's going to be looked at as a tool, and initially people will fight against it, but we will grow into the fact that it becomes everyday life. But you know, finally, I think that there's nothing like what humans can do creatively, and that will always be the case.
There's also the issue of copyright safety, because I believe there was a case in the Washington Post or New York Times reported an article where somebody's script who must have edited on AI and then that script landed somewhere else. That is an issue. The technology.
You know, I can't speak to that personally. I don't know of it. But like I said, I think it's going to be a tool that's going to be used in the future. I think people are worried about the AI because it takes away a job potentially. But you know, hopefully that makes us better as creators.
It's actually quite scary. The three of us just shot a movie that we're very excited about called Hollywood Grid, and it's amazing now. Just in the editing room in my home, we can create a voice. Somebody's voice can go on the movie, and if we wanted a new line, say we missed something, we can create that voice in 1 second and replay it. And that's a little scary for the actors, people who do voiceovers. That's where AI, it needs to be regulated and protected.
Okay, and as you know, we have Neha Sharma. Please give a hand. Okay, so What do you think? क्या सोचती हो? क्या सोच रही हो इसमें? कैसे फिल्म बनेगी?
I am basically thrilled to be a part of this because ये एक project है जो usually हमने इंडिया में देखा नहीं है. This is a project that is coming from abroad. So I didn't have any idea at start that I'm going to get into this project. I was in terms with different projects. So suddenly this came into the frame and I was amazed, thrilled and excited to be a part of this. And like I am sitting with a very beautiful team, very talented people like Mrs. Scott. He is the very good producer from the Hollywood side, and Rian, and as you all know about his work as well. And VCC Studios, through them I collaborated for this project. And यही है कि I never thought I'll be a part of this, and I'm super excited. And this is about AI majorly, and इन लोगों को काफी पता है like the way it is working and how AI is ruling the world now. So it is something new, and that's it.
Okay. तो सोनिया, इतनी जो हॉलीवुड बॉलीवुड की शो फिल्में बन रही हैं राइट नाउ, कौन से तुमको क्या लगता है कि क्या ये तीनों कॉम्बिनेशन प्रॉपर रहेगा?
सबसे अच्छा कॉम्बिनेशन रहेगा.
Okay.
I think it is a brilliant combination because आजकल का जो भी आप मार्केट देखते हैं, because even if you go to whatever channels और OTT, सारे लोग बाहर की मूवीज काफी देखते हैं. तो we are in a collaboration कि आपको इंडियन फिल्म देखनी है या बाहर.
तो आइडियली अगर तुमको कोलैबोरेट करना हो तो बॉलीवुड से क्या लोगी, हॉलीवुड से क्या लोगी और टॉलीवुड से क्या लोगी?
collaborate in the sense?
In the sense एक्टर, म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर, कैमरामैन, कौन सी इंडस्ट्री से उठाओगे तुम?
I think ये जो फिल्म हम बना रहे हैं इसी में वही blend है जो सबसे best है, because these are the best people from the Hollywood, from the South. He is we all know him. He is a master there. So I think सारा best combination already बैठ चुका है. So that question is already answered.
Okay, next question. Anyone?
My question to you is that making a film like this needs a lot of research and a lot of hard work into it. So what research?
For about 4 months now, writing it for about 2, and the prior to I've started doing some deep dives into different writings. The book Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari has been really fascinating to read and help with the research. I've also just looked at different studies about technologies and people who look and work in the AI technology itself. But what I will say is that, you know, I've done as much research as I can to kind of, the weaponized AI is kind of the theme and the through line of the film, but ultimately it's just a piece, and it's really about the characters, and the characters are driving with an existential threat of the AI. And so, you know, folks like Hari and our team up here, and I'm just so excited to see their talents on screen, and the rest of our team, you know, to work together cohesively with two separate cultures is what's the most exciting. And so to take the research that I've done and combine that with the cultures and the people that we're working with is really going to make it pop.
And do you think that the Indian film industry and Hollywood industry, they have to come together now? This is the right time to make good movies like you are doing, like
Yeah.
They will make better movies for the world. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most exciting thing about this is that we can take the best of both worlds, right? There are already things that we're learning. I'm learning being here how he does things, and I'm going to incorporate that back in the United States. And so if we can teach each other and make each other better, you know, already we're winning. And so to be able to speak to two audiences and work together like this it can only be good. It can only be good.
Scott sir, one more question to you. You're backing up this film, you're producing this film, if I'm not wrong. Tell us about, like, this is not a small or mid-budget film, this is a big budgeted film. So what are your thought process, how you are going to, because you are shooting in India if I'm not wrong, so how you are going to production, or are you scouting some locations also? Can you tell us about it?
Right, well, okay, good question. So it is a larger budget film than is normal for an independent studio such as ourselves. We've reached a distribution company with Ari's distribution company. And so we should have, based upon what we call a minimum guarantee, without contract, we should have no problem financing I've done this before on several different movies. So we take the contract and sometimes you go to bank financing, sometimes an investor. Sometimes, in this case, we may actually be available to do a joint venture with a studio or a smaller studio. I don't want to get the names of these yet, but I think there's a strong possibility that this will be a joint venture between our an American studio and ours and mine. Mine is Casadelic Production, which is, I guess you can call it a studio, but it's anybody can create a studio in their own home. But I've made 18 movies, documentaries, so this would be the biggest one, though, for sure.
Okay, and as you know, we have Harshveer Srivastava is here. Harshveer, please give a hand. जोरदार तालियां होंगी Harshveer के लिए. So, collaboration, इतना बड़ा brand तो अपना talented.
बिल्कुल नहीं लगता कि डेंजरस है. ये बेसिकली इसको AI के और जिस दौर में आप देख रहे हैं, मैं उसको अमेरिका और इंडिया इस दौर में मैं देख रहा हूँ. AI अपनी जगह है, बट ये फिल्म जो है, ये इंडस्ट्री में ये प्रूव करेगी कि यही अच्छे नहीं है. आज हम जाते थे उनके पास, हमारे एक्टर जाते थे वहाँ पे, कितने दिन बैठते थे, पर आज वहाँ के लोग यहाँ आ रहे हैं.
It's a big thing, बिल्कुल. Any question?
हरिविशु सर आपसे एक सवाल है, इस फिल्म के शूट और
Third or fourth option, just because the first 2 or 3 we didn't like, and what we really tried to do is capture what the movie is and showcase to an audience, what it's going to be. And so I have to give credit to my co-writer Christina Denton. This was her idea. We had another idea that was like this before, slightly different, but it evolved into Fraimed with a different spelling with AI in the middle. So we just really wanted to put the AI front and center and showcase that our characters get framed.
Perfect. Okay.
Does it also stand for American?
Yeah, so this is an action thriller spy film, and so we're going to lean heavily into the action because that's what the audiences want to see. That's what I want to see, right? And so what's happening is that the AI is causing chaos, and in turn there's some big action set pieces. So we opened up the movie with a giant action piece. And then it is a wild ride throughout that carries us through. And so, from my experience, I spent 8 years in the United States military myself when I was young. And so this world is something that's very special to me in the intelligence and the action world. And it's something that I loved as a movie goer, and it's something that I love to create as a filmmaker.
Perfect. The last question?
Yeah.
ईयर इसको रिलीज करें 2025 और शूटिंग राजस्थान में, और राजस्थान में हम लोग तालिबान लोकेशन देख रहे हैं क्योंकि तालिबान के पास तो जा नहीं सकते, तो इंडिया में तालिबान बनाएंगे. और मैं इसमें एक पुलिस का कैरेक्टर कर रहा हूँ और मेरी ज़्यादा अच्छी इंग्लिश भी नहीं है और मैं इंग्लिश वालों को हिंदी बुलाऊंगा, बट एंड हटा के बोलूँगा, मैं ज़्यादा भर आता नहीं हूँ. तो एक हम लोग नया कल्चर लेके आएंगे. एक आधी पंजाबी की गाली भी दूंगा, तो आज तक इंग्लिश फिल्मों में गाली आई नहीं, तो मकर बकर बोल के भूल जाते हैं, तो अच्छी गालियाँ भी दूंगा. एक नया ट्रेंड पे खेल रहे हैं, अच्छी फिल्म.
Next question, please. Yes, sir. Next question.
सोचने का, लिखने का, वो कहीं ना कहीं मल्टीपल इंडस्ट्री और जो चीजें हट रही हैं उनसे कनेक्ट कर. और अभी जो फिल्म होता है वो भी एक रियलिटी बेस्ड है, क्योंकि हम एआई को लेके सम ऑफ टाइम हम
सब माइक चेंज करो ना, आज जो नहीं है
माइक इशू हो रहा है. इतना माइक क्यों बोलो?
जय माता.
सो ध्यान ने जो भी फिल्म देखी है फ्रेम्ड AI, सो कहीं ना कहीं इसमें जो घटनाएं घटने वाली हैं, जो चीज़ें हो रही हैं, वो नॉट नाउ बट इन फ्यूचर लोग इफेक्ट करने वाला है. सो तो बहुत ही रिस्ट्रिक्टिव रिसर्चर और बहुत ही डाउन में आकर सब्जेक्ट लिखते हैं. Definitely is a good writer.
Okay.
He is very good director.
आशीष माथुर is there. आशीष से एक सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. What do you think? क्या लगता है कि अब हमारी जो फिल्में हैं अगर
So where do you see yourself with such a mega project Fraimed बन रहा है? आप अपने roles कैसे diversify करते हैं?
मैम जब हम लोग बैक पे काम करते हैं, कोई डायरेक्टर हो, प्रोड्यूसर हो, तो हम फिल्में करते हैं तो लोगों को देख देख के हम भी एक्टर बन जाते हैं. कुछ लोग शर्माने लग जाते हैं, कुछ लोगों की शर्म उतर जाती है. जिसकी शर्म उतर जाए वो बेस्ट एक्टर बन जाता है. तो मैंने भी सोचा करके देखूं, और आपके हिंदी में तो मैं बहुत ही अच्छा कर सकता हूँ. जहाँ तो कमाल की एक्टर हैं.
अरे सर
साउथ में मेरे लिए बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, वहाँ बड़े अच्छे एक्टर हैं. यहाँ तो माशाल्लाह काम चल ही जाता है सबका.
अरे सर किसी फिल्म का एक डायलॉग बोलो ना, ऐसा मत करो यार, सब लोग सुनना चाहते हैं. किसी हिंदी फिल्म का कोई डायलॉग जो आपका बिल्कुल फेवरेट हो. मैं थोड़ा परफॉर्मेंस चाहता हूँ सर प्लीज. हाँ बोले बोले सर. एक तो बनता ही नहीं बनता है. जोरदार तालियां लीजिए प्लीज. कम ऑन भाई सर, कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन. यस यस कम ऑन.
हालांकि मैंने एक रिसेंटली फिल्म कंप्लीट की है, वीरप्पन पार्ट
जी.
मैंने शिवराज जी बड़े एक्टर हैं हमारे कंगड़ा के, उनका आगे कैरेक्टर मैंने प्ले किया है. उसमें मतलब रामू जी की थ्योरी पे फिल्म बनी है. हमने दिखाया है कि वीरप्पन जब मर जाता है तो वीरप्पन का सोल एक पुलिस में आ जाता है.
ओके.
वो पुलिस वाला मैं.
ओहो डायलॉग डायलॉग डायलॉग.
जब हम वीरप्पन को मार रहे थे तो वीरप्पन ने एक जब लास्ट फिल्म थी उसके अंदर उन्होंने डायलॉग बोला था कि मैंने 96 पुलिस वालों को मारा है और मैं अभी 100 सेंचुरी पूरी करूँगा.
ओके.
मेरा डायलॉग था
जी.
अबे चोर, मैं दिल्ली का पुलिस वाला हूँ, मैं गिनती नहीं करता मैंने कितने चोरों को मारा है, और मैं 100 सेंचुरी तो क्या, अगर ओरिजिनल रिकॉर्ड आप दिल्ली पुलिस का देखो तो 1000 से भी ऊपर हम मार देते हैं लोग.
क्या बात है. क्या कहते हैं.
Yeah, Mr. Ryan, the title Fraimed is very innovative and very creative.
वो प्रोड्यूसर बोलता है बस्ट नहीं बढ़ना चाहिए, हीरो बोलता है मेरे आज बर्थडे है, हीरोइन बोलती है मैं सीन में कंफर्टेबल नहीं हूँ, प्रोड्यूसर बोलता है मुझे कम पैसे में बना के देनी है, वो फिर भी बेचारा फिल्म बनाता है. तो हम तो इनसे, मतलब मेरी ये थ्योरी है, जो लोग बोलते हैं ना हमारे डायरेक्टर हॉलीवुड से सीखें, मैं बोलता हूँ हॉलीवुड हमसे सीखें. हमारे डायरेक्टर 1000 गुना ज्यादा टैलेंट है. कोई बस ये बात सोचता नहीं, क्योंकि हमें आदत पड़ गई है. नेहरू ने डाल दी आदत. ठोक के बोलता हूँ कि अंग्रेज लोग ही महान है और मैं बोलता हूँ भारतीय महान है.
भारत माता की. I like your style, sir. I like it. Yeah, brilliant. Keep this guy around.
Yes. He's a veteran. Okay, we have